Find all solutions to the equation 2 sine of 2 theta equals minus square root 3 in the domain of 0 degrees less than x less than 360. This question makes no sense. This should have been theta to make sense out of this. So when I copy this, I would like to remind you that this is theta. 2 sine of 2 theta equals minus square root 3. Okay, and the domain is 0 degrees, smaller than equal than theta, smaller than equal than 360 degrees. Okay, so we work in degrees, so I make sure my calculator is in degrees. However, you're not really going to need it because this is special triangles. Now, first thing I want to get sine by itself. So I'm going to divide by 2 both sides. If I do that, I'm going to get sine of 2 theta equals minus square root 3 over 2. Okay, now if you can remember what 2 theta does. 2 theta makes the frequency bigger. So if I quickly have to draw this, it means that there's going to be 2 sine graphs in 360 degrees. So between 0 and 360, again, this is just for you to explain. So if that was 90, 180, 270, 360, there's now going to be 2 graphs. So it means that there's going to be instead of having that, the graph is going to look like there's now going to be 2 graphs in 360. Okay, so in 360, there's going to be 2 graphs, that's what that says. At negative square root 3 over 2, which is over here somewhere, I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 answers. Our problem, however, is that this is 2 theta and that is theta. The easiest way to do this ever is to change this theta to 2 theta. Just multiply it by 2. Okay, if I multiply that by 2, I'm also going to multiply that by 2. So 360 times 2 becomes 720 degrees, and 0 times 2 becomes 0, or stays 0. Now I have 2 angles that have the same meaning. Whenever I calculate now something, I'm going to have the value of 2 theta. So I'm going to have a cast. I'm going to cast this. Okay, and I'm going to cast over here so I have place to write. Or I'll cast here and then just write next to each other. So cast. My first revolution will be from 0 to 180 to 360 degrees. My second cast will be from 360 to 540 and then to 720. And it's still cast. So it means my first revolution is 360, then another 360 takes me to 720. You skateboarders will know what I mean. Now I say the sine of this angle, 2 theta, is negative. So where's sine negative? Sine is negative, and I'm going to use different colors. So when I calculate it, you know what I'm talking about. The first one will be sine. Sine is negative there. Sine is negative there. Sine is negative there. And sine is negative there. So I've got 4 different answers. To get to these, I have to go from there to there. That is my reference angle. My reference angle is from 180 to there, or from 540 to there. This reference angle is from my x-axis there, and this is also my reference angle. Those reference angles are all the same size. Okay, that is what it should have been in my first quadrant. So that is my reference angle that I'm talking about. Okay, so if I want to go back now, I'm going to say that reference angle, just want to make sure you can see me, reference angle equals, and I'm going to use the arc sine of square root 3 over 2. Remember, the negative told us where this is. Now I'm done with that negative. That negative has as little influence as you can imagine. Okay, so that is what it is. So arc sine of square root 3 over 2. Now, square root 3 over 2 is a special triangle. I'm going to draw that special triangle all the way over here. That is 90. That is 1, 2, square root 3. This is 30 degrees. This is 60 degrees. Okay, now I'm going to say sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So what side is opposite square root 3? Opposite square root 3 is 60. So opposite over hypotenuse is square root 3 over 2. So my reference angle must be 60 degrees, which means that is 60 degrees, that's 60 degrees, that's 60 degrees, that's 60 degrees. However, and that's 60 degrees. What we want to know what's that total angle. We want to know what's that total angle. We want to know what's that total angle and what's, that total angle. What do I calculate now is this angle from there, I'm going to use pink for the first one. I'm going to go from there. So this angle will be 2 theta because we're working with 2 theta. So that first angle, 2 theta, equals 180, 180. And then I'm going in the positive direction, so it's plus my reference angle, which is 60 degrees. Okay, now I've got a lot of space. If you don't have a lot of space, 180 plus 60 equals 240 degrees. That is for 2 theta. The green one, this one, 2 theta equals, 2 theta equals. So that angle there will be 360, 360, coming into the negative direction, take away 60. So if you think about it, it's that angle, it's 360, take away 60, will give me this angle all the way to there. That is 300 degrees. Okay, blue, what's this? It's also 2 theta. 2 theta will be 540, coming into the positive direction, so it's plus my reference angle, which is 60, and that gives me 600 degrees. Orange, 2 theta will be from 720, coming to the negative direction. My reference angle is 60. 720 take away 60 equals 60 degrees. Now I have the answer for 2 theta. I don't want the answer for 2 theta. So what I have now, and I'm going to write this now, you've got all the colors. Right, so I'm going to say 2 theta equals, and I'm going to write all of these down. 240, 300, 600, 660. Okay, but I don't want that. I want for half of that. So if I divide that by 2, I divide all of that by 2. So my answer will be 120 degrees. 300 divided is 150. That is 300. And that is 330 degrees. And that's all my answers done and dusted. Okay, so if you think about it, in our original we said that this was 90, 180, 270, 360. So those angles would have been 120, 150, 300 and 330.